IP still the same for the connection, or is it you?
What's that?
Is your IP still the same for the connection for Mechamech?
Oh yeah, yeah. You can go ahead and get connected to that too. Recording has started, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull my notes back up. So our opening scene shows that Baron Isaac Weissman, or Weissman if you're not as much of a traditional German, aboard your personal dropship and burning outbound for a waiting jump ship. You are leaving home, and you said Hesperus. I believe it's actually Hesperus 2 is the
Hesperus
planet.
2.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um, Now you're not obviously in charge of the whole planet, just maybe some mountain valley or something like that. I would imagine. But anyway, yeah, no, you're leaving home. You're heading into Solaris 7 to take over the Lyran Debutantes. This is probably a few months prior to the opening of the season, of course. In a strange twist of timing, your scheduled departure, in order to make it to Solaris, in order to have a month or so prior to the season start, it just happens to coincide with an inbound flight of the Archon herself. Apparently, she's doing one of her state visits. Of course, since you chose Hesperus, it makes perfect sense that maybe she wants to come out and tour Defiance Industries or something like that.
So
Perhaps
this is Melissa right now, isn't it? Is the Archon right
Katrina.
now? Okay, it's Katrina.
The original Katrina, the real Katrina.
Oh, okay.
depending on one's viewpoint and political affiliations later on in the timeline.
Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah.
So Archon Katrina Steiner, she's actually currently inbound to meet with, I think it was, what is it? The Brewster family is the planetary leadership.
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I think it's mentioned I believe it's mentioned in one of the Dark Age novels. Anyway, so whether or not Weissman wanted to meet with her, unfortunately due to scheduling conflicts, it's not going to happen. However, somewhere around I forget the in-flight time for Hesperus from planet to Zenith, but it's probably not much more than about 10 or 12 days. Anyway, somewhere around like day 2 or 3, you are actually being summoned up to the bridge of the dropship. The captain is indicating that there is a high priority type beam message bearing royal grade classifications and credentials, and they are wanting to speak with you specifically.
18.75 days is the zenith apparently. So
yeah, we'll go with that. So yeah, god damn it, hold on, this cat. I have to jealously guard my headset cable, otherwise he will nudge it, and then I can't hear, and then of course it's not going to get recorded. Yeah, so I imagine you're going to come up to the bridge with some sort of haste. Oh, son of a bitch, I can't hear you, hold on. Really really annoying. Alright, let's try that again. Can I hear you now?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Right. So I was just saying, I think that Weissman's the sort of manager that still likes to do a lot of work on physical paper. So while he's got that outburn gravity, he's working in an office in the dropship with a bunch of paperwork splayed out. So when he gets the message, he's got to quickly fold it all up and put it back. Those old folders where you get a bit of string you tie around the toggle to keep them closed. That's how he sort of seals up all these paperwork before
and that
he
makes
heads
sense when you have variable gravity levels.
Exactly right. Yeah. To head up to the bridge.
All right. When you get up there, the communication circuit is already open and projected before you. From the central holotank on the bridge is the Archon herself, basically staring flatly at the receiver on her side of the call. As she says, "My Lord Baron Weissman, a pleasure to see you, albeit through this medium instead of in the flesh."
I'll give her a good bow, Archon Steiner. It's an honor to receive you at least virtually on our bridge.
Indeed, I had hoped that the vagaries of interstellar travel would have allowed me to catch you before you left planet, but it seems that my state visit had to be shifted a day or two in the wrong direction. I'm sure your lady wife, Baroness Olivia, will handle things well enough for you in your absence.
Certainly, if there's anything that our family can do to assist you in your visit to Hesperus 2, please reach out to the Baroness, and I'm sure that she will make all accommodations necessary.
That's good to hear. I have to tell you, the Estates General are placing an awful lot of trust and faith in your ability to lead our team in the Trios League on Faraway Solaris, my lord, and by extension, of course, as am I.
Look, Your Majesty, I think that His Majesty's the right title for an Archon. That effectively they take the place of Queen or King, don't they? So,
Yeah, they're definitely
or
the
Grace,
leader.
maybe
Yeah,
Grace, maybe
yeah,
Grace.
or even
Anyway,
just my Archon.
yeah.
I don't know. I didn't write it.
You don't live in a society which still has a monarch.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, I think that the time I've spent so far with the team's books, there are some clear errors that have been made. Some easy things to fix. Some low hanging fruit. Beyond that, I think that my experience spent abroad already on Galatea negotiating contracts with the MRB should see me able to bring in the manpower and technology required to swing the script around. I'm confident that we'll see a definite improvement in the team's activity this season. In fact, I'm committing to that now to you, my lady, that you'll definitely see an improvement on the results of this team.
Well, that is good to hear, my lord. As you know, a good performance managing the debutantes will allow many more future opportunities for you and your family. Many doors that were previously not accessible. And for a brief moment, she kind of trails off, and I think we can all assume that there's a hanging, unspoken portion of a sentence there, implying,
Yeah.
of course, if you don't do well, um, uh, shit, I lost my place. Yeah, but other than that, she'll just leave it at that. At any rate, I have nothing more to offer but the sincere good luck and Godspeed that any Archon should offer her subject lords, unless there is anything you need from me.
No, I won't hold you any longer. I wish you a pleasant deceleration into Hesperus 2. I will, of course, send any word of any key changes to the team or key developments as time goes on.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear it, and thank you. And Captain, if you would, please redirect your approach to the jump ship waiting at these coordinates, and you'll see her kind of point off her little view or whatever. If you'd be so kind, I suppose the least I can do for our new team manager is at least afford him some expediency on his way to the games world. And then, as you'll know, after a few minutes, you'll figure it out. But apparently, she is offering you something of a command circuit, at least to get closer to Solaris, if not the entire way.
Okay. Well, your grace is too benevolent.
Indeed. Best of luck. Godspeed. And then, of course,
Thank you.
she
Let's go.
cuts she disappears into the void, as it were.
She scan lines out.
Yep, exactly. And then we have, of course, we fast forward, a couple months or what have you. And we are now in the studio with Olaf Krieg, who you personally haven't met. Olaf Krieg is he's the main talk show guy or the main point of contact for any of the GTL broadcast stuff. And he is appearing now in the studio with his normal black suit. He's got so basically it's like a black suit with instead of they always talk about the Yankees pinstripes, right? So his suit's got pinstripes, but they're instead of that like slightly off gray or off black, it's actually kind of a teal color, ironically matching what will one day become the color associated with the Rasselhag Republic. And then, of course, on his left lapel, or whatever you want to call it, is the lapel pin for the Debutantes team logo. And he says, "Welcome back, Mech fans. We hope that brief interlude and showing of Prince to Pauper in 3 years or less, the true life story of Anson Fisher, was as informative as it was enjoyable. But enough of that. We have our next match just about ready to start, and you know what that means. First, I prattle some legally mandated requirements, and then we get back to talking to someone who's actually important in the league, other than myself, that is. In conjunction with the media of the Creek Dominion, supported by the Solaris Broadcasting Corporation and the Donegal Media Group, I am Olaf Krieg, and this is the Triple Press. That's right, here every week with all your mech news, interviews with pilots, techs, managers, and more, bringing you since 3022 the finest in combat sports entertainment. The 3025 season is underway, and we've already seen some interesting results, and boy, have we. As stated previously, we have 2 new teams joining the league, a team from the Draconis Combine world of Dover, and another from good old Terra herself. What can these 2 teams do that we haven't already seen? There's only one way to find out, and that's right, watch and find out as the season unfolds. Our next match of the season features 2 of the more experienced teams taking the field and facing off against one another. While neither team has playoff experience, Both are certainly here tonight to prove that they belong and that neither of them are out of the fight just yet. The Ramoran Opposition have been struggling in the last 2 years, barely scratching out a total of 4 wins over the course of 14 separate matches. But as I said, they're not out of the fight, and if there's one thing I know about the Opposition, is that they're too damn determined to simply walk away without causing some damage. Joining me tonight as he prepares to lead his team onto the field and into open competition with the Opposition is the new manager of the Lyran Debutantes, Eric Weissman, a Baron from the Lyran Commonwealth, and most recently, a States General appointed manager of the Debutantes team. Baron, my lord, or however I should address you, as I'm sure you know, I don't really follow too much about nobility titles and whatnot, but welcome to the Triple Press, and most importantly, welcome to the greatest world in all the sphere, Solaris 7.
Thank you, Mr. Krieg. May I call you Olaf?
Yes, please. In fact, Mr. Krieg just sounds really weird to my ears.
Thank you for the warm invite. It's a pleasure to be here. First time on Solaris 7, although I've caught more than a few games from the game world over my time. But it's a real honor to be here and to be a part of this competition.
Well, that is good to hear, and we're glad to have you. The viewers at home and abroad, of course, just got done watching the Prince to Pauper in 3 years or less, the true life story of Anson Fisher, who was, of course, the previous coach of the Lyran Debutantes. And I don't want to be the one to insinuate anything, but of course, things have not turned out well for him since he was relieved of his managerial duties. Now, I realize you're new here, and your replacement is obviously no longer here. But can you tell us what you think of some of the larger stables and cooperatives being able to draft players and technicians from our teams here in the league? As a case in point, earlier today, we learned of a senior technician from the Dragonborn having been almost literally swept away by promises of large amounts of cash and other benefits, something that our smaller teams here in the GTL really can't compete with.
Look, Olaf, I think that there are some realities out there in life. I think that, for one, it's not just other teams; it's also the Prowse household militaries. We live in a world where we've sustained 4 succession wars at this point in time. Hopefully, never to see one again. But I've certainly looked at some of the pilot rosters, the tech rosters, and the various teams here, and in many ways, it's a shame that some of these people aren't fighting for their houses on the battlefields of the 31st century. So, for me, I think that it's only natural that this is a great jumping off point for many pilots and technicians to see that sort of growth. But for my own part, of course, I would like to retain the best people. But I don't begrudge the industry the way it works. If I had an opportunity to poach, so to speak, a good pilot technician from one of my peers, then that's just business at the end of the day.
So what I'm hearing is, let you keep your people, or maybe find some good ones, but everybody else, please get drafted.
Nobody that's well looked after chooses to leave a role, and if someone has failed to retain an employee, that's on the employer, not on the employee.
I seriously cannot argue with that logic. That makes a tremendous amount of sense to me. Now, we've mentioned it briefly a moment ago. The Debutantes haven't had an easy time over the last several seasons, or excuse me, over the last few seasons. Over the course of 21 matches, going as far back as the 30-22 season, the Debutantes have only managed to win 4 total matches. They do have the dubious honor of being one of only 2 teams in the entire league to have actually ended a match in a draw against their opponents. With this sort of record, I'm sure you can agree your back is almost literally against the wall here, and your new position. Excuse me, your back is against the wall in your new position as general manager. What are you going to do to turn this team around and start getting some positive results? I'm sure that is a question that many of us, fans or not, have and would love to hear your answer.
So I think that you alluded before towards prior management, and I was always told as a child by my father that if you couldn't say something nice about somebody, it wasn't worth saying anything at all. So let me just simply say that I'll make no further comment on prior management. What I will say is that going forward, management will be quite different. I think that this team certainly has the people, it certainly has the technology. It's simply a question of the formula that puts those together. So the timing, the involvement, the training, all of these things are the day-to-day minutia of the team. I think will change under my leadership, and I think that on that basis, we will see some real improvements in the way the team comes together. I think that over time, I would like to expose what the debutantes can do, and that should then bring in other interested parties from a point of view of funding and sponsorship, and potentially allow us also to improve our stable in terms of both people and technology.
An interesting response, and we'll have to, as I mentioned earlier, we'll have to watch and find out to see how things progress for you. Changing gears slightly, I remember my first time coming to this world. The lights, the sounds, the explosions of missiles and PPCs as they slammed into battle mechs seemingly all around me. It wasn't until some time later, of course, that some of the more, shall we say, seedy elements of Solaris City began to become more well known. At this point, my understanding is that you've been on the planet for just a couple weeks. Would you care to share any stories on how you've come to find our wonderful little pocket of the universe?
Look, I'll be honest, Solaris has its reputations. I probably made it about 4 days before the first time someone tried to shake me down in the street. And I guess that depends on exactly which part of Solaris City you're going to. I found a nice place in Manitoba that I am basing myself out of right now. Will I stay there indefinitely? I don't know yet, but it gives me good access to the debutantes field, so to speak. But look, end of the day, nobody here really cares about the part of Solaris which is not televised. We're here for the televised part, I assume. So I will. I'll deal with my own time with my experiences here. But I think that for what I was hoping for in terms of the glitz and glamour, it's all here, of course.
Indeed, and there it is, mech fans. The Baron himself has spoken. I'm getting the signal now from our tech crew that the match is getting ready to start, so you, the viewers at home and abroad in the greater sphere, can see the action. And you, Baron, just watch that screen right there, and we'll just talk a little here and there about what we see transpiring down below. Mech fans, it's time to get into the fight, so sit back and enjoy the show. And with that, go ahead and switch it over to the other screen. All right, and then I need... Oh, I have my little cheat sheet here. All right. That was a good interview. You had some really good, almost as if you had thought out the answers before I asked them.
One of the things, I was sure that Solaris has an area called Manitoba.
I rolled with it. Listen,
Yeah.
we can always retcon some shit. Maybe Manitoba does exist. It's just a small pocket somewhere inside Silesia.
Yeah.
All right, so our first thing that I need to do is I'm going to go ahead and add some experience points to everybody's pilots and techs. This is just 1 point each for basically existing for the week. So let me go ahead and take care of that real quick.
So I got the impression from watching the other match that there is getting to 10 is a key point. Is that right?
Basically, it's either 10 or 12, depending on, if it's a pilot or if it's a tech. And I noticed, I actually meant to say something and I totally spaced it. Your techs, right now you've got 4 of them that are at 10 or above. So we're going to have to talk offline over the next few days to adjust that, because I think what happened is I missed this team somehow in updating or spending experience points. And I don't have a good answer as to what happened. It's just I must have missed it. That's the only thing I can say. So we'll have to take a moment and look at your roster sometime in the next couple days to resolve that. But yeah, I clearly did not take a moment and spend XP for the debutantes when I should have, and I don't know what happened. Okay, so the next one we have is sponsorships. So let me pull up my rules on the other screen really fast. I need to view navigation. There we go. Pages. Draft. Experience points. Sponsorships. There we go. All right, the next thing we have is sponsorships. Nope, I'm sorry. I did your team and I forgot to do the opposition. Let me do those real quick. 3. All right, those guys are updated. Next, now we do experience. Or I'm sorry, not experience. Sponsorships. Your +1 to gather intelligence rolls is expiring. Would you like to attempt to retain it, or would you like to pursue a different one?
Looks like it expired 2 weeks ago. 2 years ago, sorry.
Well,
30,
only because when we
yeah.
started the 22 season, at the time I wasn't aware if I was going to jump to 25 or not.
Okay. I think I'll pursue something else other than that.
Okay. So what that will do is you will need to do get to the Mega Mech screen. 2d6. This will be basically a sponsorship attempt roll.
That's a 10.
Impressive. A 10 will give you a no modifier on the next roll. Basically, sponsors are available, but no additional modifiers. And then this roll is the sponsorship type roll, which is a 3d6.
Okay. That's
For a total
8.
of 8, and that is +1 fan each week if you win your match.
Okay.
Which is nice because fans give you a little extra income. So let me update the asterisk. +1 fan if 1. And that start 30/25, ends start 30/29. Because I'm calling it already that our next season will be the 30/29 season. And then let's do the oppositions real quick. They have medical costs reduced by 1 level, so I'm going to attempt to actually keep that. I need I believe it's 8+. 3, 6, 8 or higher.
I've also got on the sheet you sent me maintenance repair costs reduced by 5 until end 30/25. Is that also still active?
And that's for the debutantes.
Yes.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
That must have been a. Oh, they picked that up at the end of the regular season. That's what that was. Yeah. Roll 2d6. I need 8+. I missed it, so I don't have that. Medical cost reduced for the opposition anymore. Now we do a regular attempt roll. I got a 10 as well. That is no modifier for the next roll, which is 3d6. For a total of 14. What does that get me? +3 wins each week. Or excuse me, oh dear.
Oh, you back again?
Yeah, I'm back. I just realized. Let me make sure I'm still recording. I saw a flicker on my screen when I was going back and forth. Okay, we're still good. All right.
Okay.
Let me minimize that, and then I need Mega Mech back up. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I didn't even get a notice or anything, but I just saw the light for my camera go out, and then anyway, I rolled a 14. That is what is that? +3 wealth each week if I win. That's really
That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Asterisk +3 W each week. That's not how you spell it. Each week, win. That starts 30/25 and ends start 30/29. Okay. Sponsorship is complete. So the next one we have is midweek events being resolved. And of course, we start with the player before we do the GM team. Let me save that there and go here. Save yours. And then I need the rules up and I need Mega Mech up so I can see your roll. All right, let me get to the right section of the rules. You know, I remember telling you where that section was in the rules, and now I can't remember it to save my life. There we go, I found it. Okay. Now, earlier you had indicated you want to do marketing and scrounging for your MWE. So at your leisure, 2d6, please.
Yeah, start with the marketing roll then.
Yes, let me just double check. I don't think you have anything extra. Correct, you don't. Okay.
Oh, I might need to reconnect to the Mega Mech thing because I've just tried
Oh,
to
yeah.
do...
Yeah, it doesn't show you in there.
Okay, so let me just
Yep.
It still shows me connected, but then when I try to
Oh,
do
yeah.
anything,
It says
erroring.
yeah, it shows me done. Let me close mine real fast and then I'll restart it.
All right.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to close it all the way. We're going to see what my desktop looks like now.
The biggest problem with MegaMech is that if you use OBS to record MegaMech directly, as in like a application recording,
Yeah.
it won't get all the dialogue boxes that pop up. So
Yes.
you won't like when you like examine the mech or
Yeah.
you see the shooting options. Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
You
It
need to do
is.
screen
It
capture
is.
for that.
It is annoying. In fact, that actually makes me think. I don't think I actually changed. Did I change that screen? Or is it still showing? Oh yeah, display capture. So yeah, we're good. I know because I
Okay,
had changed things a little bit from the previous run through, as it were.
I'm reconnected. I will try that 2d6 roll again.
Yes, please.
It's a 7 on the marketing.
7 for marketing. That is going to be, I believe. No, that is a result. What is it? No, no results. Sorry.
There we go. Okay.
All right, and
And
then
scrounging?
scrounging.
That's
Yes.
a 10.
Nice. That's going to give you. You'll be allowed an additional. Uh, Jesus Christ, my brain just tried to shut down on me. Reroll 1 repair roll. So you'll have, when it comes time for your techs to make their repair rolls, you'll have 1 roll. Oh my goodness. Why is this? That's slightly annoying. Let me just stick you down here for now. What was I trying to say? You'll get your initial roll, and then if you still failed to complete the repair, then you'll have 1 additional reroll for each point of edge that the mechanic has, and then this will give you 1 additional reroll on that repair for one of your mechanics.
Yeah.
Next we have, I believe, gather intel. Oh no, I still have to do the Ramorans. What are they doing?
Yep.
They are doing a marketing roll, and they get nothing. And then next we have gather intelligence. So if you could, 2d6.
2d6.
Yep.
At no modifier though, because I've got rid of that sponsorship.
Correct.
Okay, there's a total of 9.
Total of 9. That gives you. Actually, I have this in here. So you'll know the mech chassis and the weight class. Obviously, those 2 bits of information are easy to piece together. You'll be facing a Warhammer, a Phoenix Hawk, and a Cicada.
Okay.
Based on that information, would you like to make any adjustments in your lineup for tonight's fight?
No, I'm happy with what I've got still.
Okay. All right. In that case, go ahead and bring in the fighters. And now everybody gets to see how many windows I have to dig through to get to where the MULs are. Moles. It always feels weird to call them moles. It's like... Oh, open up. This is the Debutantes in opposition. There we go. And their color scheme stuck. So that's good. I'll go ahead and give you your 3. Randomize, give them Dark James. All right, and then if you could, just double check your pilots and techs and whatnot. Make sure all the information is correct. Specifically, piloting, gunnery, initiative bonus for tactics, and edge.
Yeah.
And then once you are satisfied with that, you are the home team. So please select your starting edge, and I will take the opposite edge.
Okay, that all looks correct, I believe. You set the random map up already?
Yes.
Yes, good.
Well,
Okay.
no, actually, no. I'm glad you asked because I didn't. I mean, I did before, but then I restarted the game. So
I'm only just because I watched your match the other day, so I observed what you
yeah,
to do there as well.
yeah. No, that's
Right,
good.
right.
I'm glad you thought of that because that would have been. I mean, it would have been an easy fix. We just, come back to this screen and start over and get it right.
Actually, you've made me too good. The Phoenix Hawk pilot is not a 2-3. He's a 3-4. So I'll change that.
Bui?
Yep.
Let me see what I got on my screen. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong one. Bui is. Nope, you're right. She is a 3-4.
All right. That brings our scores a little bit closer together.
Yeah.
All right.
Still, I'm still looking at a significant disadvantage insofar as battle value is concerned.
Okay, I'm going for the northeast.
All right, that gives me the southeast.
Southwest.
I caught it, but my brain was just a smidge slow on saying it. Whenever you're ready, please click done, and I will follow suit. And off we go. James, some could say that this is a rematch from our 30-22 championship match. Although the teams aren't the same, but the players are.
People say a lot of things.
This is very true. That was a great answer, by the way.
There you go.
While you're doing that, that is my go. Can't see your mechs just yet. I think. Hmm. 2, 3. Okay, I think that's not a bad spot for me. Start off.
Yeah. Such a brawling build, such a brawling setup I've got here.
What are we looking at for your team? We didn't even talk about it. We're looking at the Thunderbolt 5SS, the Wolverine 6R, and the Phoenix Hawk that doesn't have machine guns, which means it has a little extra ammo, or excuse me, heat sinks.
Yes.
This could be interesting. Of course, you're facing a Cicada and a Phoenix Hawk. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, the Phoenix Hawk with machine guns.
Yep. And of course the Warhammer the 6R, so it's PPC town in your side.
Yeah, it is. And
not quite the 2 Warhammer fight, but
no. Let's see. We've got my Phoenix Hawk will move first, and then it looks like all 3 of yours, and then my 2 Warhammer and Cicada following suit there. Let's see what kind of strategy does the opposition want to impose. So we don't have your Wolverine on the screen just yet. That is only moderately concerning, only because that's an AC. Memory
AC5.
says I was gonna say memory says AC5, but I did not believe myself.
Yep.
So movement will be our friend.
All right.
There he is, little sneaky guy. So I don't know if you noticed, but one of the expansion teams has been named the Rock City Wolverines, and I'm waiting for someone to call me out on the naming convention used for that team and its crew. That may be a little bit before somebody figures it out, though.
See what you got.
Yeah, let's see. We've got a Phoenix Hawk scooping up on us, and a Thunderbolt and a Wolverine kind of staying mostly stationary but using cover. That's moderately, could be an annoyance. Your Phoenix Hawk is also using terrain as cover. Intelligent. I got it. I think what we'll do with him. He's a little more fragile. Let's learn from our. Well, I guess we can get away with saying betters. And try to keep something of a low profile here. Massive. Mm-hmm. My rush in strategy may not have been the best move to make. Oh my, cicada is taking damage. That's the first thing I saw on that screen. Okay, let me mark up the cicada here. Light damage on him. No, not just light damage. We're up to moderate level with taking some internal structure. Cicada misses. The Phoenix Hawk also takes a hit. Okay. Alright, apparently Baron Weissman is onto something here. The opposition may have to rethink their thoughts.
Still early days.
Yeah. Yep, still early. Heat is manageable across the board, looking at 3s and 4s. And initiative is a bit split up this time, except for my Warhammer is moving before the other 2 mechs on my team. 98 to 100. All of my shots missed.
How do I expect the hex again?
You should be able to mouse over it, but sometimes I've noticed it's a little finicky. And I'll give you details about that hex.
Yeah, okay. So it's, yes, I'm just looking at one that's got listed as swamp. So swamp means you got a chance to get bogged down.
Yep. Also known as definitely fucking annoying.
Yeah. All right. So instead of that, we're gonna go to there.
Hmm.
A friend of mine who loves Warhammers with jump jets.
I'm trying to think which Warhammer that is. I've encountered
I don't
the
know.
7A.
Is there one that does? Is it 7A has jump jets? I don't know.
It was either
customized
that. I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but in the match I just played with Darius the other day, he had a 7A and a 6K Warhammer on his team. I'm pretty sure it was the 7A that knocked one of my mechs off the map. I believe it was a DFA, but it might have been a charge.
It was a charge.
Okay.
I watched it this morning by time,
Yeah.
so it was a charge.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That I knew something was up when he left that spot open for me. Anyway, let's see. What in the hell am I gonna do here? I don't like that Phoenix Hawk getting in so close. Let's do that. So I got incredibly quiet on my end. Can I get a sound check? Okay. All right. Nope. Sorry. Just I'm paranoid about my. No, you're good. You're good. I'm just paranoid about my losing hearing and not noticing until it's too late.
You know what? I am gonna sit where I am.
Moved by not moving.
Yep. It's an AP Gaming Reel classic.
Yeah. Certainly is. Okay. Yes. Oh man, a +8 to shoot that Phoenix Hawk. Jesus. Well, I guess we might as well fire everything we can. Doubt it's gonna hit. All right. Well, the Warhammer literally missed every shot, although half of those shots needed 12s, the others needed 10s, so no surprise there. Phoenix Hawk misses on the Warhammer, so at least it's an even trade. Wolverine hits with some missiles on the Cicada. Nothing new to mark on the sheet, though. Phoenix Hawk misses, and the Cicada hits the Wolverine, and finally, we do some damage to the opposing team.
Looks like the Thunderbolt got a head hit, which got edged away to a
Yep.
right torso.
Yeah, I'll take that. I can live with that. Phoenix Hawk, I believe I've already marked up. Yes, I have. All right. Now we go to melee phase, and I'm going to pray to all the RNGs of gods there are that I get a good kick in.
Oh, I suppose I can do it.
You only fire the missiles. You should be able to do at least something of a punch. Missed a kick? Are you kidding me? Okay, opposition is about to get the same freaking treatment that Anson Fisher got. Can't believe they missed that kick. Let's see. Okay, to take some more damage. Right leg has no armor on it. The Phoenix Hawk is at 6 E. Everybody else is 2, 4, or none. 95 to 99. It looks like the debutantes still kind of early, but it looks like the debutantes are definitely having a clear advantage here. Phoenix Hawk moving before yours. Wolverine moving before the Warhammer and Cicada.
All right.
And let's be honest, we can call the Cicada a medium because technically that's what it is. But what it really is just a heavy light.
Ah, I forgot to turn. Oh, doesn't matter.
What's that? Oh, you
Oh,
meant
I meant to turn. So that the only way to get a back shot with a kick would be to stand in the swamp. That's all right.
Yep, yep. I see where you're going with that now. I don't think this is a good idea. Wow, really? Okay. Let's see. Worth the effort though. Oh, it's not. We'll do the cheeky move of land right behind them. I will say I did get advantage on initiative in that it looks like my mech will move after your mech, broken down by which ones are moving. Like your Thunderbolt and then my Phoenix Hawk, and then I believe your Wolverine and then my Cicada. No, your Phoenix Hawk, then your Wolverine, but it won't matter because yeah, I knew what I meant. I just didn't announce it very well. Interesting. Cat? Listen, my foot was there before you came over. You don't need to attack it. Wow. Okay. Um. Yes, we're going to do that anyway. I may have done something that may have screwed me out of this match already. I don't know, but it'll be entertaining to watch if it happens the way I want it to. Ah, poor Cicada, man, taking critical hits now. Gonna bump him up to heavy damage. Let's see. Shots on the Thunderbolt. Got some hits. No big hits, but we got a couple of hits. And then the Thunderbolt rips up the Cicada. Phoenix Hawk shoots at the Warhammer for a little bit of damage. Warhammer basically hits with about half his shit. God damn it. Phoenix Hawk takes some hits, though. Did I mark him up? No, I have not. And then Wolverine shooting at the Warhammer. Got some missiles to hit. And then the Cicada is not going to do the trolley thing I wanted it to do because it fell over on its face. But the pilot survived a seatbelt check. That's unfortunate. Well, unfortunate for me. Fortunate for you, James. And the kick went through, and the charge was canceled because the attacker fell over. I was really hoping for that charge to hit only because you would fall one level.
Down, one space. Yeah, exactly.
Which is probably why the charge was canceled, because you were like, nope, not letting that happen. Heat is still mostly manageable. Thunderbolt's getting a little warm. Cicada moves first, and then my Phoenix Hawk moves last. And I forgot to look at the percentages, but it's not favorable, I can tell you that. Let's see. We've got some problems with this Cicada right now, and I need to make a decision about whether or not to continue this guy. It's awfully early for that. Yeah. I got no good place to put this guy.
What's his startup roll required?
I haven't got that far yet. I keep trying to move to a hex that's outside of the Wolverine's jump range, and it's not working. The only one I got puts him at this where that hill is, where the Wolverine can jump up to it and just kick him in the back of the head. So, not liking those options.
That's why he's got two leg actuator hits, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's probably sitting at about a -2, possibly a -4. What are we looking at? Need a 7.
Yeah, lower leg and foot. That's not too bad.
And there he goes. He's down again. And Galima takes a hit too. Son of a bitch. Because why would I not be able to make a 7 hit, right? All right, let's see if we can do it again. All right, we got it that time.
Okay.
Jeez Louise. gonna. Nope. I think we'll just leave the Warhammer right where he is. Not seeing much advantage in moving him anywhere right now. Yep. James is up to his normal grim dark shenanigans here.
Look, I would have gone behind the Cicada, but you would have jumped to Hex 1814 for a kick on the Wolverine.
Yeah, yeah. uh, yeah. I mean, I kind of put myself in a bad spot here, to be honest. So I'm actually.
I mean, look, the Cicada going down is really. I mean, look,
inevitable.
The Cicada's look, he's still up and effective, but it really it reduced your options a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the Cicada really is just a heavy light. It doesn't have the sustainability that most other mediums would have. That is just the way it is.
So torso weapons.
Oh wow! Yep, there goes the Cicada. It's officially crippled and will be out of the fight as soon as I get the opportunity.
We took some internal damage on the Thunderbolt though.
Oh
Lost
yeah.
3 heat sinks in the process.
Ooh, well, I haven't quite got that far yet. I'm just first thing I noticed was the Cicada being screwed over. Let's see. Phoenix Hawk hits the Warhammer, does some stuff, but nothing terrible. Warhammer slaps the Wolverine slightly. Only slightly, unfortunately. The Phoenix Hawk gets, like you said, 3 heat sinks. So that's going to bump the Thunderbolt all the way up to heavy damage, losing those critical slots. Wolverine misses on the Warhammer and the Cicada. And 2 hits on Golema now. That Cicada, I'm going to surrender it as soon as I get the opportunity. Warhammer punches the Phoenix Hawk, hits the left torso. Phoenix Hawk kicks at the Warhammer and misses. My Phoenix Hawk kicks the Thunderbolt, does some damage. And the Wolverine, of course, does a little bit of pummeling as well. All mechs are standing that was meant to stand. Obviously, the Cicada is down. Heat is building up on the Phoenix Hawk, but that's because it can. Basically, it has no ammo, so who cares? 81 to 91 on battle value remaining. I've got the Warhammer and Cicada moving last. I'm going to declare now, obviously, that the Cicada is out of the fight, and award that kill to the... Was it the Thunderbolt that took out the Gyro?
I believe so. Yeah, it was the Thunderbolt that did the shooting.
Got a quick second. Let me look at the round report real fast. Yep, Thunderbolt. So the Thunderbolt will get kill credit for that. His heat is a little bit higher than I like. Thunderbolt, their kill credit. Let's see. Interesting. And well, a moment like this, there's really only so much you can do. That is going to hurt when it comes time to resolve that phase.
How do you unfire a weapon again? It's
I usually just hit next unit, or I believe you can just hit escape,
what's it? Okay, cool.
or also torso twist. It'll reset your firing.
Oh, pretty state shooting round, really.
Yeah. Let's see. My Phoenix Hawk hits with the machine gun. Your Wolverine hits my Warhammer. Warhammer fires off both PPCs and is currently cooking himself to death.
Took some internal structure on the Phoenix Hawk, though, me. So.
Yeah, that he did. Let's see. Phoenix Hawk, moderate damage. Yeah. Otherwise, it's still looking a little lopsided here. Both mech, both kicking mechs. I almost said both meching kicks. Both kicking mechs succeed. PSRs are succeeded. Heat phase. The Warhammer is running really hot. We're gonna call that the Warhammer microwave. Oh, look at that! I've got initiative too.
Yeah, the big one.
76 to 90%, however. Yes. When you don't have initiative, it's best to scatter to the four winds. I know this strategy. Let's see what we got here.
What round are we on here? It's round 5, is it?
I didn't look. Let me see.
This is round
Yeah, round 6.
6. Okay.
Hmm.
I think by default, if the Wolverine ends his turn still alive, he'll end up picking up your pilot by default. I think
Yeah.
that's what.
Oh yeah. Of
Yeah.
course it won't count, but that's exactly
Yeah.
what'll happen.
Yeah.
Cat, stop playing with my foot. Stop. My feet were there before you sat down there. Chill out. Turd.
That'll do.
All right. Phoenix Hawk is taking some hits. Uh, Thunderbolt's taking a couple of hits, but nothing big so far. Phoenix Hawk takes a few more, is losing internal structure.
Took a head hit too on your Phoenix Hawk.
Of course he did. Why wouldn't he? Twice, in fact. Let's see. Rerolled, 0 edge remaining. The second head hit actually sticks, so now Ananas has a head hit or injury on the pilot. Everybody is still standing. See how much longer the Phoenix Hawk is standing.
What's enough? I want to step on your pilot. No, I won't step on your pilot.
No, that would incur a -5 fan modifier, or -5 fan roll modifier is what I meant to say. Let's see, upper leg on the Phoenix Hawk. Upper leg actuator. That's not good. That takes the Phoenix Hawk up to heavy. All mechs are still standing. But yep, there he goes. Galima has defected. Oh shit. And you have initiative now. This is
Oh, that's rough.
that's what they call no bueno. 70 to 88%, by the way. Uh let's see.
Despite multiple back shots at the Warhammer, I've only ever gotten his arms and legs.
Yeah, that's usually about how that goes too. It's like, ooh,
Yeah.
I have the great opportunity to smack the bejesus out of him, and you get like piddly shit or nothing hits.
Yeah.
You'll roll 2s when you need 3s. I may have just inadvertently jinxed myself. Needs a 3/2 for base piloting skill, +1 for left leg upper actuator destroyed.
For
because I'm jumping. Yep.
Jump into trees. That'll make it easier.
Yeah, right.
side is more damaged? My left side's more damaged. I'll show you my right. All right.
All right. Let's see what we got here.
Wolverine took some a few damage.
Yeah, I did. Head hit, re-rolled. Wolverine hits the Phoenix Hawk with, or no, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Wolverine hits the Warhammer with a medium laser, and the Thunderbolt gets a medium laser and a PPC on the Phoenix Hawks. But no big changes on my stat board here. Heat is manageable again for everybody. Mostly, anyway. Warhammer is moving after your Wolverine. Well, at least I can maybe capitalize on those hits. 68 to 85 going into round 8.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm guesstimating that your Thunderbolt's not going to be able to move as far. So I might be able to put some more fire on him. Depending on where, of course, he ends up. That's my thought process. Of course, I still have to worry about that Phoenix Hawk jumping into my backside.
You can't kick the 2 hexes to your behind, can you? You can't obviously kick regular, but you can't also kick the ones that are diagonally to your rear. Is that right?
No, because you can only kick the 3 hexes on your front arc. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. So now, if we were level, I could torso twist and get at least one of my arms, if not both.
Right, definitely.
But
you're also firing PPCs at incredibly close range, then.
Well, yeah. Why would you do that? I mean, you could if your gunnery was pretty good. I don't know. We'll see what happens, though.
I mean, your Warhammer can also flip arms too, so.
Well, that's always a nice trick.
Yeah. That's why we invented the rifleman.
I am committed at this point. All I can say. All right, what are we looking at here? Warhammer takes an SRM6.
Must the heat sink.
Shit, I didn't miss that. Oh, son of a gun. That's gonna really mess with stuff. Let's see. Warhammer hits with looks like everything he threw at the Thunderbolt except one of the SRM-6 individual missiles. Got a head hit, or a right leg. What does it say? Right leg critical, but it got re-rolled. One edge remaining. Thunderbolt misses with everything. Phoenix Hawk hits with large laser and a medium laser. And then the Phoenix Hawk shooting at my Warhammer doesn't hit. Thunderbolt. Oh my.
God, 76 all missed.
Yeah, no. And I am not in a position for physical. So. Oh, that's because. Oh no! Son of a bitch.
Upper leg and hip. Oh, that's gonna be a tough one to stand up. Because what's hip plus three piloting?
Ah, Jesus. Oh, because the punches rolled on the kick table. That's why he's falling over. God damn. That might be the match right there.
Yeah, because when you're repairing mechs as well, a hip damage is actually the same as losing a leg altogether. You can't repair the hip actuator. You got to replace it. Replace the whole leg.
I know in Mech HQ when you go for a hip or a shoulder actuator, you got to basically strip everything off the arm or the leg. Take everything. Take everything off, armor and any criticals. Take the actual arm or leg off, and then replace the hip actuator, and then replace everything. It is super fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Round 9, 57 to 81. Somebody is out of line of sight, but I'm going to wager that that is, it's got to be the pilot. Out of sight. No? Oh, I got a sensor. Oh, the Wolverine can't be seen at the moment. Okay. Well,
yeah, too many levels, too much
trees
between. Yeah,
need a 5 to stand up, so it's +2 for the hip actuator.
+2, not +3. There we go.
Yeah,
you got up.
But yeah, no. There was a few times in various Mech HQ campaigns I'd play. I was like, "Yep, hip gone, so's the mech. I'm just get rid of the damn thing." That or a couple of times they'd be like, fuck it, GM mode on, restore all, save and reload. The other drawback with the Warhammer taking all those hits, in particular those leg associated criticals, is his movement profile has been drastically reduced. That's going to be a problem.
Turn 9, I think.
Yep, turn 9.
Problem is, this match is like one critical hit from being turned on its head. You know, like get it, an ammo hit or whatever. You know.
Yep. Oh man, this I'm making a very ballsy move right now. Oh my god. We'll wait for the round to get resolved and I'll explain what I just did in case you don't figure it out on your own. I'm sure you will though. Oh my god. Let's see. Oh, dear lord.
Yeah, see, Thunderbolt was killed by an ammo explosion.
Oh, I hadn't even rolled that far down or scrolled that far down yet. I was stunned by all the things that happened to my Phoenix Hawk. That's gonna ruin the things I was trying to do once again. Let's see, Phoenix Hawk just losing critical slots left and goddamn right. Let's see, and then the Warhammer kills the Thunderbolt. So that is a kill for Neil, the pilot in the Warhammer. That Thunderbolt may or may not be recoverable, by the way.
Yeah.
Unfortunate for that. We'll have a 1d6 roll, and on a 6, it will be somehow magically saved. Blessed be the passing of his Lord and Savior, Blake. I couldn't think of his first name, but you know who I'm talking about.
Yep.
Jeremiah,
Jerome.
something. Yeah. We got, the PSR on the Phoenix Hawk is still good. That means
It's going to do the death from above.
Death from Above smashes. Ananas takes another personal hit. And he's still awake. Of course, that Phoenix Hawk is fucked. Like, so fucked. Oh, wait a minute. Lost a leg. So that means the Phoenix Hawk is crippled now. And then your Phoenix Hawk, hit by DFA. PSR is failed. Falls over, takes a critical slot loss as well. But from the rest of it, it looks like he could still stand up and be okay, mostly. My Phoenix Hawk, on the other hand, not so much. Oh, wow, look at that. Back down to a close gap, 44 to 45.
Well, that was round 10. Oh, that's initial phase round 10.
Yeah,
Sorry, yeah,
yep,
that's right.
yeah, we got one more round to go. I guess the Warhammer is just literally going to stand there and be like, come at me, bro. Can't move. His heat's too high. And movement profile is too low.
How do I just stand up on the spot? Get up, there it is.
Oh shit, it's my turn. I'm sitting here staring at the computer waiting for you to make your move. Because I have the option where it shows you all the hexes you can move into, and there are none. It's like, must not be my turn. Oh man. Alright, let's. Oh no! Oh, that's a knocked out pilot right there. Well, we had to try to get up. We'll get the round report here in a moment. Yep, there he goes. Ananas takes a third hit and is this time knocked unconscious. And the Phoenix Hawk ends up banging itself up some more. The Wolverine needed to make a PSR because it was backing over an elevation change.
Yep.
Biggie there. Let's see. What do you look like right now? Well, it's the last round. Go big or go home, as they say. James, can I hear you?
No, you can be fine. Sorry, I was just thinking there.
Okay, no worries. Cat bumped against the headset cables, so. Yep, there goes my Phoenix Hawk. It's crippled with that engine and standard gyro hit, but it was already crippled because it was missing a leg. Get off of the cable. Go. Scooch. Let's see what happens here. Warhammer hits with both PPCs, but nothing incredible. So the Wolverine takes some internal structure. So that bumps the Wolverine up to moderate damage. Phoenix Hawk remains crippled. Phoenix Hawk is... Oh, that's 2 gyro hits. I don't think I ever classified that as an actual mech kill. I guess we'll have to see what Megamech says.
I mean, it'll take a huge chunk out of its BV because it's
Oh yeah,
effectively like it's not going to count as a kill, but I think it would certainly count as a significant loss in BV.
and it might be enough to. Nope, we have a draw according to Megamech. 40 to 43. That's no worries. Because we'll have some victory points to add in here. Phoenix Hawk nominally survives. Graveyard contains the Cicada, and your Thunderbolt is utterly destroyed. So we'll take care of that. Actually, go ahead and make that 1d6 roll for me now.
Okay. What's interesting was that was the first shot that got through on that particular piece. It just happened to hit the rod of 5. No.
Nope. So unfortunately, that. Oops, wrong thing. That Thunderbolt is going to have to be removed from the roster, which can have the pleasant side effect of not having as much money to spend on it. Let's talk about victory points here. Officially, it is a draw, or at least as far as Megamech is concerned, so that's 2 victory points apiece. You killed a Cicada.
Out of interest, at the top of your screen, what does it say on the? Because mine says victory at the top.
It does say victory.
Yeah. What does yours say? Victory as well?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
There you go.
And then it has
I guess because you didn't hit the losing conditions, basically. You didn't get it was a losing, not a win condition.
Yeah, it's a weird Boolean that they threw in there. Because it says victory, and then it says the line that it normally says on a draw.
Strange game.
Because of, well, it's that one for a draw because of the time. I think if it was a draw, it says something like the Chicago Cubs win, or maybe it's the Chicago White Sox. I don't remember. At least it did at one point in time.
Yeah.
All right, so you get kill credit for the Cicada. It's a medium mech, so that's 2 victory points. Unfortunately, didn't kill anything else, so that's a total of 4 there. I did get kill credit for the Thunderbolt. That's a heavy, so that's 3 victory points for the opposition, giving them a total of 5, which makes the opposition winners based on the victory point calculations. I will say that was a very, 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 very close match, and only on like something of a technicality did it allow the opposition to win there.
The double gyro hits is a big thing, but that's what do you do? So
yeah, it's weird that it didn't count the Phoenix Hawk as being destroyed or.
Well, I mean, a mech doesn't blow up when it's dry.
No, that's true.
When it's dry, it's taken out, but it's
yeah.
So
that's a 5-4 loss for the Debutantes, unfortunately. Make sure I'm not skipping a step again like I did the other day. Who won assigned victory points? We did that. Fans. Okay, let's do the fan modifiers. Starting with the player team, you have a modifier of a -1 because you lost the match. However, we have your own mech was utterly destroyed, so you have a +1 that cancels that out. So now you're at a 0 across the board for that. Let me double check if there's anything else. -1 for the loss. +1 for own mech utterly destroyed. Physical kills did not, or physical attack didn't kill a mech. We didn't have a DFA kill a mech. Alright, yeah, just straight 2d6 roll to see how many fans you either gain or lose.
Yeah.
And the total of 4. Ooh.
Wow.
-1. So -1 fan. That is unfortunate. And then for the opposition, we have a +1 for winning. Opponent mech utterly destroyed, +2. So that's a total of +3.
I'm curious on the sheet, on the finances sheet, where it's got wealth from fans. It says if fans less than 10 use K20, but K20 is just a blank box.
If fans less than 10 use K20. That is weird. It was meant to say L20. But Darius actually helped me rewrite the formula that's being used. So on the next spreadsheet you get, it'll have the correct calculations for how much money you get from your fans. Good call out on that though, because had I not made that change, that would have been a little bit weird. +3. Did I? Oh, I still was typing. Roll 2d6. I also rolled a 4. 7. So no change. +0 fan. What's next? Wealth. Total victory points is 9. You will receive 9 wealth, and the opposition will receive 19 wealth. Let's go ahead and update spreadsheets. Always the fun part of every game. Finances. For the Lyrans, you earn... Oh, let me update the other tab first. 6. I'll go to finances. Match earning is 9. And income is 6. Let's see. Now we pull up the opposition. Info. Oh, the fans didn't change for that. So they earn 19. 3. Next. The draft is next. Alright, so this is basically going to be a 2d6 roll to determine if you have anybody being given up, and then you make your way through each of your pilots and techs, rolling a 1d6 for each one until you either meet the quota or you don't actually have anybody to give up.
Yeah.
So, modifiers, -1 for losing. So yeah, just a 2d6 -1 to see if you got anybody. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. That's 2 pilots, or no, I'm sorry, 2 pilots and 1 tech.
Okay.
So starting, I'm just gonna go on your pilots, and of course we start at tier 3, and then we go to tier 2, tier 1. So starting with Yamura. Hold on.
Nope.
Let me move screens around a little bit so I can actually see what I'm doing and watch your rolls. Actually, Yamura would be drafted. Nope, I'm sorry. Yamura's a tier 2. Yep, my bad.
Okay, Clift is fine.
Yep, Clift is good.
Tarek is fine.
Wow.
Dewey is fine.
Yep.
Havlicek goes.
Havlicek is gone. So let me go ahead and remove them.
And then for Jabari on a 1. No, stays.
Okay, and that is all your pilots. So now we just need to get 1 tech, starting with Lagumba.
Yep. On a 2.
Yep.
Is fine.
Yep.
Turway.
Good.
It's fine.
Tamura just needs a 1.
Fine. Manvalol. No, Manvalol goes.
Yep, and there it is. Come on, just roll with me here. Okay. And of course you get replacements for those. So starting with your tier 1 technician, go ahead and roll me 1d6 to determine their experience, or excuse me, their level. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a regular. And then again for their starting experience points.
It is
also 4. I'll put a random name generator thing in there shortly.
Yep.
And for your pilots that you lost, go ahead and
6.
Ooh, that's a veteran. That will make them a tier 2. So 3, 4, 2, 0, and 1d6 for experience points. 2. Again, I will get randomly generated name. Now for the the opposition. Do that. That will be a +1 for them. So roll 2d6. +1 is 5. Rules. Where's my mouse? There it is. Rules say on a 5, no one is drafted from the opposition. So that's fortunate for them. Scroll down. The next one is expenses, starting with maintenance. So let me pull your sheet back up. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mechs, 6 techs. Other than the fact that you just lost one, but you got a new one coming back in. 3 went out on the field. 1 was utterly destroyed, and I just lost my hearing again. All right, can I hear you, James?
Yes, you can.
Awesome. One of these days you're gonna be like, yes, you can. You're like, actually, no, he can't. Okay. So for finances, maintenance will be a -3 for the 3 mechs that didn't go out. Salaries are going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oops, wrong tab. It's 9, and your repair costs. Repair costs on this page of the rules. Yes, they are. All right. Let's see. That one was lost. Wolverine at moderate. That's medium moderate. So it's 3. And then moderate heavy or medium heavy is 4. So that is a 7 repair bill.
I reduced that by 5 because of my sponsorship.
Nice. So -7. And under here, we'll call this other repair sponsor. Medical, I don't have any of your dudes taking any hits.
No, the ammo explosion causes 2 hits on Clift.
Yeah, you're right, it does. I forgot to mark that. So 2 hits costs a repair bill of 3. And then Cliff will be out for 4 days, which has no impact on his appearance next week. He'll be returning on week 2. And is that all of the expenses? Medical? Medical. Nope, that's it. I'm assuming, of course, you're going to repair your Phoenix Hawk and Wolverine. That kind of
I've tried to get the budget. I think my cash is pretty low, isn't it?
You're sitting at, based on all of the current calculations, you're sitting at 15 wealth.
Okay.
You actually only lost 2
Food.
wealth total. Based like your net loss, I guess.
Yeah, it would have been a lot worse without that sponsorship deal there.
No, that would have been a pain in the ass.
So, what did you do? XP for pilots and techs for the match?
Not yet. I was getting ready to do that next.
Okay.
That's actually the next step. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Actually, the next step is repairs, but I'll go ahead and add in experience for Clift and let's see, Cliff, Tariq, and Bui. Cliff gets 2 more experience points because he had that 1 kill. Oops.
Yep.
Tariq gets 1 additional, and then Bui gets 1 additional. And then let's go ahead and do your repair rolls, which means I need to figure them out real quick. We have a medium mech. Repair rolls. All right. Moderate. Let's see. Wolverine. We have a regular in it. And it is moderate damage. So that is a 4+ for the Wolverine and the Phoenix Hawk.
Fast.
Nice. So that is repaired. And then Phoenix Hawk heavy with a regular is going to be, I believe, at 4 also. Yep, 4+.
Okay, from fail. So
yep. You got
1 edge fail, 2 edge.
There you go. All right, so all your mechs are good other than the one that was lost. Let me go ahead and take that off the roster now before I forget.
So how does it work trying to get another mech then as well?
Basically, all you need to do is determine what mech you want to purchase. And when you look at the list price, whether you're on like Sarna or Mega Mech or whatever, the price of the mech, divide it by 11 and round up. I'm sorry, not 11. That was dumb. I don't know why I said 11. I think 11 flashed on the screen somewhere and I said 11. You look at the list price, divide it by 1 million and round up. So
okay, so it's like a 3 million mech is 3 wealth basically.
Basically, yeah. So it'll be, you know, of course, no mech is ever exactly 3 million. It'll be like 17,000 something or other. In which case, it would unfortunately that last little bit
Be
will bump it
4.
up to 4. But
Yeah.
So all your mechs are maintained. You have a new tech that will be assigned to someone somewhere, or to a mech somewhere along the way. I just got to come up with a name for him. Which one did you lose?
The tech was the 4 one, the Tom Manville.
Oh, good. I'm actually kind of glad he's gone because his name was so hard to read out loud. So that means on the mechs tab we need to pull him off. So that your Phoenix Hawk 1D is currently unassigned tech, but the new tech will probably, take over or whatever. All right, let me go ahead and knock out the Ramorans. Excuse me, the opposition, rather. We are talking about expenses. Maintenance. Salaries. Add up the pilots and whatever's. Let me move this over here so I can actually see it a little bit better. Pilots. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For their salaries. Maintenance is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm looking on the wrong one. Son of a gun. Okay, there we go. I know what I just did wrong. I alt-tabbed when I just wanted to change tabs. That's a bad habit on my part. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So -3 for maintenance. Repair costs are going to be a little bit high, unfortunately. Let's see what we got here. That is rolls. Now we have repair costs. All right, we have medium mech crippled. That is 6. We have another medium mech crippled, so that'll be 12 total. And we have a heavy mech with heavy damage. That's 6. So that's 18 in repairs. That is basically all of their match winnings right there. And they don't have any... Oh, they've got +3 additional finances, though. I forgot to add that in. Medical. That's also going to get a little bit costly. Ananas, with 3 hits, is going to have to pay 3 wealth. Gulima with 2 is going to pay 3 health, but Ananas is not going to return until week 3. So you go to week 3, and everybody else goes to 2. And I forgot to update that. So go there. Go here to do yours before I forget that. I'm muttering out loud so I don't lose track of myself. Okay. Now I need to do... I'm going to get a little bit better as we go through time. Salaries, repairs, add up the cost, medical, we did that. We add it. We put it in the spreadsheet. We did. And we're paying for everything. Oh, medical, we did not put in the spreadsheet. Medical was... Wow, that took... Holy shit. That took the opposition started at 18 wealth, gained 19, gained fan income, gained sponsorship income, and then lost salaries, maintenance, repairs, medical, and dropped it all the way down to 8. They had a net loss of -10.
Well,
jeez Louise. Okay. And then repair rolls. So for them, this will only take a moment. We have veteran, regular, green. Jesus Christ, another green on a cripple. It's gonna be a 6+ for that guy. Regular, crippled is 5. that on the Warhammer with heavy is also. I went the wrong way. All right. With 2, 4, and 2. This is where copy and paste is really cool to have. 4.
Just so you know, with Megamech, when you want to roll the same thing over and over again, rather than having to use copy and paste, you can just push the up arrow. We'll replay the last chat message.
So that's the cheating method, huh? Let's see. Need a 5+. We have a total of 4 attempts. Or excuse me, 5 attempts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it.
Yeah, got it.
And now I need a 6+. We have a total of 3 attempts. 1, 2, 3. Holy shit.
Got it just right. There you go.
All right. So the opposition is all repaired up. And then experience points for them. Go ahead and add that in now. And then we should be ready to rock and roll with the... Oh, you know what? I forgot to do the text ones too. What are we looking at here? Neil is 3. 9. Ananas is 2. And Galima is also 2. And then the tech that was assigned to those mechs, that is Nilodo gets an additional point. Umura gets an additional point. Brown gets an additional point. And I gotta do your techs as well. Let's see. Lagumba. Farinelli. Manvelo would have gotten another experience point, but he got drafted away. He doesn't get his extra experience point.
He does. He just used it for somebody else.
Yeah, it doesn't do you any good that he gets it. Okay. All right. All right, that process was a little bit longer than I like, but well, sometimes it just be that way, I suppose. Let's go ahead and excuse me. Put this on the right side here. There we go. And pull this up. Nope. Now we have a black screen. You know what? We'll figure it out. Okay, that works too. And now we're back in the. Well, I mean, we never left the studio because we watched the fight from there. But of course, Olaf, amongst some other comments he may have made along the way. Well, Baron. It looks like what you've been working on is starting to pay off. It's just once again luck and skill, and luck turned out against you this one time.
I mean, luck in the rules to a degree. I mean, I'm watching the fact that they're dragging that Phoenix Hawk off the arena with a carryall, and apparently because the pilot's still sitting in it, it's still a fully functional combatant as far as the officials are concerned. But yeah, what can you do? Obviously, luck does play a part of it too. You know, up until probably well, almost the end of the match, we were I think almost double their on table value, but then single missile gets a good hit, and that's the nature of the beast when you take volatile ammunition out into the pitch.
That is true. That is true. I believe once upon a time somebody may or may not have. Actually, no. You may have heard this phrase. Do you watch that Blood Bowl series that's been broadcast lately? There's a team. I want to call it the Liechtenstein Knights, I believe. What does he say? The actor that plays the coach. I can't think of his name either. Anyway, he says some elven bullshit is one of his catchphrases, I guess you could say. So. Do you think something like that happened here tonight, perhaps? Given the fact the Phoenix Hawk that can't even walk.
Look, this is whenever you're making your mech choices, choosing ammunition, that's the risk you got to take. You get the benefit of low heat damage damage ratios, but the risk of ammunition explosions. And of course, I don't want to cast any aspersions on the Hesperus designers because that's obviously where I'm from, but it's always an interesting choice to put your ammunition in the center torso.
Yes, indeed, that or the head.
Yeah.
I've seen some mechs that have some ammo slots in the head.
And look, after 10 rounds, often your ammunition is expended to the point you can actually handle a small explosion too, unless you've got machine guns, in which case you're a firecracker waiting to explode.
That is a
But
wonderful way to phrase that one.
but just this case didn't go our way.
Well, I think having watched the previous debutantes leadership in action, and then seeing you tonight, I think the debutantes might be in good hands. It might be a little early to make such a bold statement, but Mr. Weissman or my Lord Baron, as the case may be, we're looking forward to see how you do.
Isaac is fine.
Isaac, okay. I think we got some good potential matches. No, that's not the word I want to use. I think there's some good potential here for you, for your team under your leadership. So we'll be watching with great interest how things unfold over the next few weeks.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here in any case, Olaf.
All right. Well, thank you. Anything else you want to throw out there for the fans? Maybe some loved ones back home?
No, not on the spot. Nothing comes to mind. So I'll try to think of something for next time.
Indeed. All right. Well, thank you. And after this, we've got a little bit more of an expose into the investigation once upon a time launched into what some are calling money laundering or possibly fraudulent behavior in general regarding the Luthien Dragonborn and the Science Spirit somehow coming up with an additional 10 million C-bills worth of technology and equipment and ammunition during the 3022 season. More to follow on that as we pick up more information. And of course, the little trail off there and some music or whatever, and lights come back to normal. And James, another good match. That last couple of rounds, it was starting to get a little tense. And I'll be honest, I singled out the Thunderbolt strictly for the points.
Yeah, so I mean, a point of tactics for those of you who are like relatively fresh to BattleTech. Megamech obviously applies weapon hits or weapon attacks in the order they're shown on Megamech,
Yeah.
but choosing weapon order is really important in BattleTech, and you always want to try and go with big damage weapons first, and then cluster weapons like missiles last when you can. So if you look at that example of where the Thunderbolt was destroyed, it took a hit to the center torso from the PPC, which took it down to 1 armor remaining. And then a single SRM missile got through, doing 2 damage, took it to 1 armor, 1 internal structure damage, but then rolled a crit and hit the ammo.
Yeah.
So, that's you always want to use your missiles and your low damage weapons for crit seeking. So start with the big hits to strip that armor, and then save all your medium lasers and your SRMs and LRMs for trying to get those crits when you've got the armor opened up on multiple locations. I didn't quite have the same luck with it. Obviously the Phoenix Hawk carries some relatively volatile machine gun ammo. The Phoenix Hawk 1 that you brought along.
Yeah.
I was getting more leg hits, it seems, than that. When you
took all those leg criticals off of it. Anything to actuate that leg, it's gone.
Yeah, I'd actually moved the Phoenix Hawk to where I did in the turn that you DFA'd it, so it could then DFA your Thunderbolt, so your Warhammer on the next turn. But all the damage I put into your Phoenix Hawk didn't stop your DFA and knocked it down. Although you seem to wear it a bit worse than I did in that case.
Oh,
because you couldn't get up again. Yeah,
the DFA and the fire it took to get there
because it didn't die.
Well,
it was perfectly fine there.
That Elven bullshit. I hope you appreciate that line. I've been thinking about that off and on. I was like, I gotta get some sort of Blood Bowl reference in character, and I managed to squeeze it in right there at the end. So
yep.
All right, well, that is all we have. We've got currently 2 more matches scheduled. I got to beat up my son a little bit to get his match scheduled for this current round. No more streaming for the rest of the week, though. Of course, Second Star had its season premiere last night. We should be returning with that next week on the 23rd, but we do have, like I said, a couple matches scheduled for over the weekend, so hopefully we'll have those videos out. And of course, if you're watching this video, you already know that it went out this morning at 6 a.m. Pacific time, 9 a.m. Eastern. But James, anything you want to throw out there for the audience before we wrap this up?
No. Thanks for having me once again, and for inviting me to join in the league.
I'm definitely looking forward to it. You know what? I forgot to do this with Darius, but for the viewers, James, where can people find you if they want to stalk you on the internet?
So look, my main thing is the Grimdark podcast, which is a now no longer running podcast about role playing in Warhammer Universe. That being said, a lot of my sort of socials are still driven around that. So my YouTube channel is Grim Dart Podcast, even though it's now predominantly Blood Bowl content. Otherwise, the AP Game Rule Discord, or Omar's Discord I'm on now as well. So the Krieg Dominion, which I'm assuming is linked in the video description below.
Yeah, it will be, and if not, it's on the YouTube page where you'll find this video. So
yeah.
All right, we're gonna get out of here, my friends. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed the show. We've got more 3-on-3 action coming up in the next few days, and then of course for the next several weeks, we've got plenty more coming. So have a good one. Stay safe out there. Something about time zones at this point.